What's up, guys? It's your boy Johnny Bananas, and you are watching Bear, brought to you by Giddy.
Do you feel like a lot of people think of sex as a business transaction nowadays?
I mean, there's no other. I don't think there's any other way that you can look at it. I mean, just look at how over sexualized everything is. You see Netflix series where it's like they're over sexualizing kids at like such a young age now that I feel like kids are just growing up and going through life feeling like that's what's important is their external and all the superficial qualities about themselves. I also feel like going back to what we were saying about dating apps. I mean, dating apps have literally taken dating and turned it into a business transaction, right? You were saying there's a geolocating device where it's like, this is how many single people are around you that probably want to have sex or would have sex right now.
Yeah. It dilutes like you said, yes. It dilutes the intimacy and emotional connection.
Just going back to when we were kids. I mean, not just when our parents were kids, especially when our parents were kids, you had one phone in your house, right? You didn't have cell phones. You didn't have social media. The people that you knew, the girls, the boys, whoever that you dated were in your hometown or in your school. You probably didn't even date someone from the next town over because you'd never even get to know them. Now, what social media has done and what these dating apps has done and what the internet has done is it's made the entire, not state, not city, not state, not country, but the entire world is now
available to you.
A dating pool.
Yeah.
So there's so much more opportunity out there, and there's so much more. It's like if you were to go into an ice cream shop that was like strawberry, chocolate, vanilla, and then go into Baskin Robbins. You know what I mean? Like when we were kids, it was strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate. Now it's fucking Baskin Robbins plus all the, you know what I mean? Like there's so many more options down there. There's so much more available to you. It's so much more difficult to be like, this is the choice that I've made. I'm okay with sticking with it, because that's what always happens. You go to Baskin Robbins and you get whatever super fudge chunk, and while you're eating it, you're like, oh damn, but maybe the bubble gum would have been better. You know what I mean? Or maybe next, you know, and you start second guessing the decision that you made. Whereas when we had less options, when you only have 3 options to choose from, it's like you can make a choice and not feel like you made the wrong decision, you know?
I completely agree.
Yeah. And the way dating apps are too, it's like you literally within a fraction of a second are determining whether or not this person is worthy of like dating. You know what I mean? Like you get like you're sitting there just like swiping back, like you have an infinite supply of people, and you are judging them based solely on an image that you're looking at for like a split second. And what
highlight reel.
And what must that do to the person too? Being like, all right, well, if I'm going out on a date with this person, or if I start a chat with this person, I need to probably send something really fucking, really risque, or like really, whatever. I expose whatever I need to expose to like separate myself aside from like the other dating apps, social media. It doesn't reward the people who respect themselves. A lot of times guys will be on a dating app, and if it says not here for a hookup, it's like, next. Or looking to like actually meet someone, or looking to like find the right person. It's like, dude, it's just crazy. It's taking like the meaning of connection and like courting. Courting used to be a thing, dude. I remember like back in the day, like you'd have to go on like multiple dates with someone before you got intimate. Now it's like, dude, if it doesn't happen the first night, girls feel the pressure to make it like happen the first night. And it's like, I don't know. I think a lot of times people are just like selling themselves short in this day and age. And I think it's because of all the social pressure that is being put on them. Look at the people who have these accounts that have the most followers. It's the people that are like just basically just thirst trap central. You know what I mean? Wearing absolutely nothing. It's not the girl that's like the lawyer dressed in the business suit that like actually like respects herself, and it's like, hey, I'm successful. It's like, nah, look at my tits are hanging out. It's like, perfect. But what ends up happening then is, what does that teach? But my point is like, then what does that teach the younger generation? And what does that, there's so many people out there who it's like all that they care about is a following. All they care about is getting likes on social media. And if that's what is being rewarded, okay, and if you're seeing that, go to the Explore page on Instagram, and that's what's on the Explore page. And so if there's kids that are growing up, or if there's even people who want to gain a following, it's like, what's the quickest way to do it? How do you cheat the system? And that's the way that you do it. So it's really just emphasizing, I feel like, all the wrong aspects of a person is really cheapening them, and it's really just breaking them down to like what is going on the outside, and it's all superficial and doesn't, the chances are that you're never even going to get past that to actually get to know who the person really is.
How do you pursue someone then in modern day times when you have an infinite pool at your fingertips?
Speaking from my personal experience and my self-growth, that has to be something that the individual is ready for. I feel it's going to take, when the individual is ready for like a real relationship, that's the only time that can happen. And I guess it all just stems from what they're looking for and the way that they find it. It's like, if you are planning on going and finding like the love of your life and your significant other at a bar or a nightclub, it's probably not going to happen. So I think a lot of it has to do with just where you're actually trying to make these connections. Because
where would that be?
I mean, anywhere but those places. I don't know, a coffee shop, the gym, a bookstore, walking the grocery store. Hang out in like the fruit section, okay? When girls come by, be like, hey, how can you tell if these are ripe? I guess where you want to go and where you want to find people that have the same common interest as you. And it's not a bar and it's not a club, because everybody, might have the same common interest as you, but it ain't something that's going to be meaningful. So you have a friend. A lot of great relationships come from friends setting you up. But I think, again, it all comes back to the individual. If they're not ready, and if they're not actively looking for something more than just like a casual hookup, then it's not like all of a sudden like love is just going to like fall into your lap. I think you need to like be ready for that. You need to set yourself up for that. You need to be open to that.